Hi there everyone, George here. The previous video, you might remember I made this lead for Tony, and I was just about to send it to him, and I got an email from him that there was a change of plan. He was after buying himself a 7300, so what we're going to do is we're going to make one of the accessory port boxes for him, and just gathering a few bits for it here. So we need a box, which we have. I picked this up at a rally I was at a while back. Right, so we have a nice box for it. We need some RCA connections, or sockets, sorry. So I have some of them. We need 5 of them, and let's see, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have a 5 sockets on the box for him. I'll paint this lid black rather than the wood grain, because it kind of looks a bit odd. We'll label it all up in the whole lot. We'll have a little LED on it for to let you know it's active. So we'll have a connection for a foot switch, hand switch, whatever. We'll have the band connection that some of the fancier linear amplifiers will automatically change band, and we'll have a 13.8 volt accessory voltage output for the likes of a light on an SWR meter or something like that. There's only a maximum of 1 amp, so you need to be careful of that. We'll have the microphone input, or modulation input, whatever you want to call it, and AF IF out. So first thing to do, this particular box, the way this is done, kind of normally they're the other way around. The sides of the box come up, this comes up to the top, and the ends are small, but this one is done the other way around. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to mark this out and drill it for the 5 RCA sockets, and we'll get them into it and tinned up and the whole lot. Now I'm in the situation where he let me know he changed the radio, so I said to him, you're going to have to send me the little lead that comes in the box, the little accessory port lead. So that's on its way to me, so I'm waiting for that. So that'll be the last stage. Normally I do that first, but reason being, I did buy 13 pin accessory, or 13 pinned in plugs, but I don't know, there seems to be a difference in pin size compared to what I got and what Icom got made, or wherever they picked them up, because the ones I got, they don't make contact with the pins in the socket of the radio. So that's why I need the original one sent to me if anybody is looking for one of these. So right, we'll get going here and get this bad boy marked out and drilled, and then we'll be good to go. Right then, so it's painted. Now I kind of forced it a little with the hairdryer. Reason being it's kind of cold out here this morning, so, and with this Icom satin paint, if it's too cold it ends up drying matte. So I'll just put in the sockets now and we'll let it cure then for a few hours. It's dry enough now that I can work with it, so. Okay, it's a couple of days later, and Tony has sent me his accessory lead because the ones I got won't work on it. So if anybody wants me to make one of these, I have to get the original lead that Icom give you in the box. So the first thing I have to do, I have this all took apart, so we'll just set that to one side for a minute, and I have to extend the wires that we're going to use. So I'll just get on with that for now. So I'll probably just I'll time lapse that bit. So that's the lead extended, and put shrink wrap on it. So what we have to do now, we have to bring it into the case. Now the way this case is done, normally that's the bottom. So you can see the sides are high and the front and the back are low. It's normally done the other way around. So what we have to do in this case is we have to bring our cable in through the front. So we're going to do that next. So I'll just zoom you in here. Right, so you can see our cable coming in, and it's coming in through one of these little connector thingies, and as you can see, that's made from metal, and so none of the wires will chafe where they come inside. So what we'll do is we'll glue him in place, a little bit of Loctite like that, and so we can start making our connections now, and we'll be good to go. So hopefully now I left the wires long enough. So you see all our different terminals here. So going from left to right, you have to remember, because it's upside down, it's different. So from left to right we have press to talk, modulation, 13.8 volt, then you have the band voltage, and you have the AF/IF output. We're starting with the orange, which is the push to talk. But I left them a little longer now. Right, so that's press to talk. Next one is modulation, which is the pink wire. Next one after that then is 13.8 volt. So we need to release these, and we need to release the red one. So what you need to do here is you need to tie the grey wire and this red wire together, which are the it's just the power supply for the LED, so that way you know you have it plugged in right, because the LED is lighting up. Now, a little bit tricky to get in at this one here, but we'll manage it. Right, so the next one after that is the band, which is the green one. And finally, the AF/IF, which is the blue. I kept all the wires the same colour, and I didn't cut off any of the other cables, but that's on the accessory port lead. But the ones that's left, there's a couple of them that's not connected, and And there's a couple of them that you won't really use, like ALC. I don't use ALC. And there's one there for FSKK and another one for squelch output. So right, so that's all the center pins taken care of. So what I have to do now is I have to take care of the grounds. Now the temptation here would be just to link one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next with a piece of wire, and then connect your ground wire on here. You can't do that because you'll get a ground loop. So what you have to do is you have to bring an individual black wire off of each of the ground terminals on the RCA sockets here, and connect them all back to the red wire. It's just the way it has to be done. Let's put a bit more solder on them. So I'll get a bit of black wire and get that sorted out. I have all my ground wires cut. So what we'll do is we'll put all the ends onto the tabs on the RCAs. Right, so that's all of them taken care of. So what we do now is we just tie them all together. Now just put a bit of heat shrink over that. Hopefully we'll be able to get it back far enough. We can go the other way and put it on here. Let me just connect the two of these together. Right, so I put a bit of heat shrink here as well, and that'll just go over there like that. Right then, check off that bit of tape. Now, so the only other thing we're going to have to do here now is we're going to have to just tuck them in there a bit like that. Where the metal part is here, we're going to have to make a little relief in the case like I had to for the LED. So we'll just mark that now. Just going to eyeball it. Right, so I just made a couple of, well, a relief for that. We can put our lid on, with the bottom of the case on. Like that. Get our screws in. I just had to modify the original lead that we made here. It has the RCA connector on it now, little mod label on it there. So that will just plug in there like that. And this end will go to your DI box, Tony. So that's that. So there is our port or interface for the 7300 accessory port. Now it will work in any Icom that has the 13 pin DIN accessory port, like even the 718. This will work with that. And so this lives at the back of the radio. That's why I kind of keep the lead short, so you can just plug it in and leave it to one side and make all your connections at the back. So that's the way I've got mine done. So that's how you make that. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I know there's some guys out there that are, you know, due to one thing or another, be it eyesight or whatever, they can't do this kind of work anymore. If you're interested in getting me to make one of these, you can send me an email. I'll put my email address on the screen right now, and I'd be delighted to help you out. So that's it. We'll get you in the next one. This is George. Bye bye.